Adrielle, what are we doing?
We, Leslie, are discussing the last 3 episodes of Goblin, the Lonely and Great God. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
Episode 14. The sword is out, and everything changes. 9 years pass, and we find out what has happened to everyone. And we do find out what happened to everyone.
We do, Adrielle, we do. Oh, gosh, Ji-eun-tak tries to write down and remember Kim Shin and everything that's happening.
Yeah, because apparently, like, she knows
that doesn't work.
Yeah, she knows that her memory is gonna get erased.
Yeah, everyone had this moment of there's a disturbance in the force. What did you think about her forgetting?
It's sad, but it kind of makes sense because of, like, his whole punishment thing.
But I also get the whole it's really for their benefit.
I get that too. But then, as we see with Ji-eun-tak, whenever we catch up with her in 9 years, she has, like, this depression.
Heart problem and just depression about everything.
Yeah, right? I'm like, oh, poor baby, she doesn't even know why.
What about Sunny not forgetting? Sunny basically going up to God and saying, you can try to erase my memories, but I don't think so.
I love that. She was just kind of like, you know what? Like, these are my memories. You have no right to take them away from me. And he's like, I understand. And then he flies away as a butterfly.
What is the English word for where Kim Shin goes?
I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually.
Oh my god, I hear it in my head. Okay, you keep going. I'm just gonna...
Okay, so he is placed in this in-between.
I honestly, for a second, was like, how did she go so many years without blowing out anything?
Right?
I mean, granted, she was very lonely and very depressed and very sad. I love that she's still friends with Sunny and
class rep.
Her friend from high school.
The class rep.
Yeah, class rep.
Oh, I was so happy. I love that she was
was
still friends with them. And then apparently, like, she knows of the journal that she wrote. She knows of it.
Yeah, she still has the journal, but she doesn't know who she's talking about. Okay, Winnie comes back, and she's just sitting there outside. She has the cake, and she's ready to blow out her candle, and she finally does it, and he gets those smoky hands again.
Oh my god, it was so cute. I love that he came back as his original self. Like,
she goes, are you an actor or something?
Yeah, it's like, what? He just went up to hug her.
But she feels it, but she doesn't know why she feels it.
She doesn't know why.
And they're crying, and I just can't. When he goes back and sees Dakwa.
Dakwa, oh my god. And then he talks with his BFF forever, Reaper. I loved that Reaper retained his memories.
When Kim Shin goes to see Sunny, how hard it must be for her to pretend like she has no idea.
We see that at the end whenever she leaves, like, it replays those scenes with her actual, like, reaction to it.
From her point of view. All right, let's see. There's a lot of reunions that happen in episode 14.
Oh, my eyeball.
But then everybody kind of falls back into their place except for Ji-eun-tak because she still kind of has no idea. So then she goes to Canada.
Canada, yeah, because the letter came back. It finally got to her.
She's trying to figure things out. She's like, oh, this is from 9 years ago. Whoa, this is crazy. This must be the man I'm talking about in this letter. It's the same Kim Shin, but I don't know who he is. And then she's just walking down the street, and then in comes Kim Shin.
Right?
And he goes... Episode 15 is where they're walking through Canada, kind of on a date, kind of not. He keeps talking about his first love, and she's like, oh, she sounds great.
And then she sees that ghost that she talked to, and I think that was what made her start remembering.
I could not place that dude at first. My favorite part is we all knew it was going to happen, is when they go to that restaurant again, and she goes, Mr. President, over here.
Oh,
we all knew it was him.
We all knew. It was so cute.
We go back to Korea. Sunny meets with Reaper, and she continues to pretend like she has no idea who he is.
And then he cries, and then she cries, and then everyone is crying.
The Reaper has the best crying face. It's so beautiful because I believe him every time.
Right? I think you believe everyone in this cast when they cry.
Oh, yeah. Like, the script is so emotional that they have to bring all these emotions forward all the time, and it just breaks my heart, but I love it. So they're in Canada, and Kim Shin is he's trying to keep from blowing it where he doesn't want to overwhelm her. And then she thinks he's a ghost, and then she's upset, and she's like, just stay away from me. I need to go figure this out. And then we have her suddenly, slowly remembering all these great memories. And she goes back to that Christmas shop, and she blows out the candle, and she's
like,
crying.
I missed you, I'm sorry.
I love you.
Oh my god, that was the best reunion.
All right, they go back to Korea.
Yes.
Which I'm also really glad they addressed the fact that he can't fly on a plane with her,
right?
because he doesn't own a passport. And then we get to one of my favorite scenes. They come back and he kisses her cheek and her eyes, and she's like, one more minute and then I'll leave, and then one more minute. Oh, Ji-Eun-tak's reunion with Reaper.
Oh my god, that was so cute. Like, she's like, we have a visitor, and she's like, hi.
He's like, wait, so I'm the Reaper you meet at 29. Immediately I went, oh my god, she's gonna die. The finale, episode 16. So we have the marriage proposal.
Oh my god, which I was so happy about. I'm saying yes
marriage
for
proposal
her.
is so adorable. Oh, I also really love in the final episode where Reaper gets that driver and really powerful CEO in his tea shop. And he's like, I'm not going to drink the tea that you're serving my driver. I love the whole underlying plot this whole show has of you have to answer to something for the actions you've done in your life once your life is over. All right, what's next? Let's see.
The wedding? Her dress is so pretty.
They are so cute.
And it was in that little like secret place that he has.
Oh my god. His buckwheat flowers. Okay, so then we go back to after their wedding. They're married and it's adorable. We go back to Sunny is actually leaving this whole time.
Yeah, Sunny's leaving.
And she sends that love letter in to the Reaper to Ji-Eun-tak's radio show.
And I love how everyone knows that it's her.
Once again, back to our last discussion, I totally agree with what she's doing. There's no end game for them right now. Which is also how I felt about the Goblin and Ji-Eun-tak, so I guess that's foreshadowing. Reaper's devastated, and Kim Shin's trying to be like, please eat. Please eat your food, best buddy. I also love Reaper's meeting with his other girl Reaper. That was in his past life too, and then they both committed suicide, and that's how you become a Reaper.
Yeah, they're like I guess his realization of how you become a Reaper.
But he apologizes to her for using her hands to kill himself, and I just, oh my goodness, this show just gets me on so many levels.
Oh my god, it's so good. Just the writing, just everything.
And then we have the start of the perfect day.
Nope, I refuse to listen to any more because I know something's gonna happen.
I was sitting right next to my friend, that sweatshirt over my head, trying to make sure he couldn't see me crying, but he could hear me and he could feel me, and he was like, are you seriously crying right now over this show? And I went, don't talk to me! Don't look at me! Reaper is waiting with his other Reaper buddy, and they're waiting for this terrible accident with this school full of children to happen.
And then everything changed, and he's like, how? Like, how did this change? And he's like,
this is weird.
Something that
Ji-Eun-tak drives up and's like, bye.
She drives away, the cards change, and the Reaper next to him's like, what? That whole little like scene of him realizing what is about to happen. It's something that's undocumented. It's something that can't be reported. It's something that can't...
He says God can't predict a human sacrifice, because that happens in a moment that is so fast, where I don't even think the person who's doing the sacrifice realizes what's happening fully. They just know they have to do this.
Oh no! And then we get to the scene where she gets to the stoplight.
She's on the phone with Kim Shin.
Oh my god, she's on the phone and he's like, what?
Of course she is! Of course she
is!
Of course Reaper is the one who
comes
up to her and he's like, Ji-Eun-tak, 29 years old, and he's crying and she's crying, and they go to the tea house.
Oh my god. And the Goblin.
She shows up. I love that she keeps her memories.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not gonna drink the tea because I have to find you.
She did
yeah.
And I love that Kim Shin wears her scarf.
Oh my god. Ooh, I don't remember how many years later from that point.
It's 30 years after she dies, and then Reaper is on his last
one, which is
card.
sunny.
Which we all knew it was going to be sunny, right?
It was, of course, it was going to be sunny. And then they have their moment. They're like, you know, in this life, we couldn't do it, but in the next one.
But it's her third life.
It's her third life, yeah.
We learn it's her third life, and that we know they're going to meet up in her fourth.
It's only her that's an actor, right?
She's an actress, and he's helping her get her part right, like a consultant for the crime department. I love that lady. We only have one room left, because we all know what that was.
She has the bracelet, and he's like, what? And he's like, yeah.
And she's like, I liked you first. I'm done making the first move. And he goes, nuh-uh, I liked you first.
Yeah.
And then they kiss, and it's so cute.
Oh my god, I loved it. It was so, I think that was a very good happy ending for them.
After that lovely moment, now we go to Kim Shin in Quebec. He's by his headstone, he's reading, and
we see a little dandelion.
And of course it's Untak, and she's like, I found you, I came as fast as I could. It was just an emotional connection of, and now her next life is
now they can actually be together without any problems. Final thoughts on Goblin. It was an amazing show. I absolutely loved it. I think I will have to rank this number 1 out of the 3 K-dramas I watched. Beautifully done, beautifully written, just visually beautiful. I loved it. Absolute happy. I'll probably end up watching it again at some point. Like, this is a good one to rewatch.
The message, I think, in Goblin is timeless. It is such a human story in a very fantastical realm. And
very unique story, too.
It's well written. It's well acted. It's just so good. Okay, so that's the end of our Goblin discussions.
Yay, we did it!
But I am here to tell you what we're going to watch next.
What are we watching, Leslie?
W. I think that'll be good. Adriel here is an artist.
Hello.
And so I think she'll really appreciate it on that aspect. I'm very excited. I've heard good things. And I just need to watch dramas all the time.
All the time.
Say goodbye.
All right. Bye.
Bye, everybody.